Hello, friendos. So, I know we've been talking about this game once or twice in chat, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. It's an interesting game. I happen to know Bennett Foddy. I follow game design and game designers, and Bennett Foddy wrote QWOP, which I hope you're familiar with. If you're not, shame on you. QWOP is a troll game. Getting Over It is a troll game. It makes them one of the most interesting games to play. You have to experience this in my book, but I don't think you need to play it. Go find a YouTube video of QWOP. Watch someone play QWOP. Here's a video I'm going to put on YouTube for playing Getting Over It, and that's pretty much all you're going to need to see. Now, if you like a challenge, if you're the type of person who plays Dark Souls, I would recommend this game. But otherwise, this should suffice. Now, as you can see, I've kind of set myself up with the Speedrunner's Splits software. I've kind of estimated how far I expect to go. I'm going to give this game about a half an hour at this particular playthrough, and I'm going to restart so that you can hear a lot of what he has to say, because his narration is what makes this game worth playing. And hopefully I'm not going to have any setbacks other than the ones that I'm deliberately foist on myself for demonstration purposes. So let's get started. And now, here's the thing, is I'm going to stop every once in a while because, like I said, this game does have narration. It's central to the point that the game is making, and it's very easy when you've played this game a couple of times like I have to just play through and go far enough that the next narration starts. So there's going to be a couple points where I just stop and sit and listen to the narration.
There's no feeling more intense
I might add my own
starting over.
Talk on top of it because I've got
If you
subtitles
deleted
on.
your homework the day before it
Hey,
was
subtitles.
due, as I have. Or if you left your wallet
But,
at home and you have to go
you know,
back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
I
If you're
don't
not
like
ready
that
for
phrasing,
that,
starting
like
up.
if you've already had a bad day,
That
then what
doesn't
you're
make
about
any
to go
sense
through
to
might
me,
be
but
too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Alright, so we'll be able to go on at this point. Oop. That was progress, even if it wasn't good progress. Oh yeah, that's definitely the tutorial tree done.
Alright, thanks for coming with me
And-
on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
Troll! You're definitely saving mistakes, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Alright.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking.
Take a break here.
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough
By the way,
assemblages of found
Sexy
objects.
Hiking is a real game.
Designers
I
slap
went
them
and I looked it
together
up.
very quickly and freely.
Very
and
similar
they're
to
often
this.
too rough and
Just like what
unfriendly
he
to
says.
gain much of a following.
And
They're built more for the joy of building them.
I might
than as
play that
polished
one later.
products.
let me know. Alright, and that's over the shack.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts.
Come on.
And it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that
Probably
act of
should not
climbing,
have sat down to play
in the
this
digital
right
world
after
or
lunch.
in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
And on that note, we're going to go ahead and deliberately throw ourselves back down the mountain so you could see just exactly why I call this a troll game.
Oh, you just lost a lot of
It's
progress.
really easy to
That's
set
a
yourself
deep
backwards.
frustration, a real
We're
punch
going to
in the
hope that
gut.
that's the only time that that happens during this play session, because it's easy enough to get back up to where I was. There are a couple of points where it's a lot easier to lose a ton more progress than that. Oh, no, no, no. Like that. Alright. Pogo? No go. Alright, come on. There we go. Pogo. And up the mountain. Oh, magic pixel. Saved by a magic pixel. Alright.
Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in sexy hiking is real.
And every pixelated obstacle in getting over it is 100% real. Alright, we'll swing the hammer around the other way, just so I don't accidentally knock myself back down the mountain again. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to. Alright.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Alright, I went ahead and started that before his narration completely finished, because this part I find to be hard as nails. I have to pop up and then swing my hammer around to latch the top of that lamp without knocking myself out of the chimney. So, it is rough. There we go. No! Alright. Second verse, same as the first. No! I didn't mean fall down, too. Alright. Well. Okay. Pulled myself in a little too tight. Okay. Try that again. Okay, there we go. Hooked. It's that second one that always gets me. I either pop immediately up out the chimney or miss it entirely. There we go. Hooked on the lamp. Hooked on the lamp. Okay. Now, that was lucky. It would be nice if I don't have to do that again this playthrough.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand.
And we're going to be waiting here for a few minutes
unsorted.
while his narration finishes.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's
Actually,
got
we'll get up
lifelike
to the
bots with
slide.
unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons.
All right,
and
we'll
we
wait here.
refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
And he'd have said something about my falling back down that far. That isn't super far, but it is far enough that, you know, if he hadn't been talking, we'd have gotten a clip of him saying, "Oof, you've lost more progress." So, okay. On the slide, please. Thank you. We'll call that one done now. Oh. I goofed up. I forgot about the boxes here. How did I forget about the boxes
In this context,
here?
it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
That all you're going to say? Okay. While you're there, let's go over here. We're going to edit this. No, you're not going to let me edit while it's running. Okay, whatever. Whew, good thing I was positioned where I was. That could have been disastrous. That is rarely disastrous. It's not as nasty as it looks. And, quite frankly, I laughingly titled that earlier split Hit the Wall, because for me, this is the wall. Well, no sense in waiting too long. Oh,
Oof,
oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you weren't, Bennett. If it weren't obvious, falling down in that crack, you can get lost about as much progress as I just did. So, yeah, you end up on the other side of the rock climber's chimney, which is no fun. But it's why I'm good at getting up that chimney. Oh, boy. Come on. Stop popping around. No, no. Whew. Ugh. Stop it. Thank you. By the way, I have jammed myself up once there. I got myself caught with the hammerhead on the other side of this grill. I had to restart the game. So that's why I'm not too upset about restarting here. Not only am I fairly decent at getting across most of this terrain here, I've already had to reset a few times for screwing up something fierce and getting in a position where the game just would not allow me to progress. So, no, no, no. Woof. Oh, that was close. All right, let's try this again. There we go. All right, we're coming back up on the wall, the true wall. Oh boy. Want to position my hammer here so that I can swing. Oh, nope. It doesn't look like I can swing all the way out to the tip of it. All right, that's better.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
I don't. Until you tell me not to get to me. All right. Let's try this instead. That worked out okay. No! Whew. You know, if I were actually trying to speedrun this game, I'd have started over at this point for having made such a massive negative split, but I'm not actually speedrunning. I'm just kind of landmarking myself with it. So, no. Thank you. And just for information, if you try to go further up the blue slide, it's too slick. You'll just slide right down. I've tried. I've also tried pogoing my way up from the roof where I've fallen here to this kind of stairway we're about to approach.
The thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Thank you for the inspirational quote. Can I have my progress back, please? Whew. Okay. Now let's try this again. All right. This is take 3. Right? And oh, no, don't you dare. All right. That's it. That's it. Don't you dare. Nope. That's never going to work with my mouse setup. Trying to decide if I'm willing to try this with the music going. And seeing as how we're on 22 minutes, yes, I am. That's what I was afraid of. Alright. Come on. Oh, thank goodness. Not like it's not likely we're going to get the next one here anyway, but anything that could screw up my concentration is not welcome. Oh, come on. Thank you. That's even better than last time. All right. Slowly and carefully lower myself down. That was expected, which is why I didn't panic. Alright. Now, let's cross the threshold line to get the next actual clip of dialogue and not just troll, I feel sorry for you falling down my mountain. Thank you, Magic Pixel. Alright. Yeah, I probably should have put 2 splits in here, because this next hop is just as bad as that switch over to the flippin' stairs. Okay.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
You done? Good. Alright, and we're going to play this safe again. Drop down on top of the security camera. Oh! Flip! What was going on there? Okay. Down on the point of the chair. Tilt me the other way. Thank you. It does make a slight difference. A lot of this game, especially when I'm pogoing like that, is all about momentum. So, I've got to figure out how to pop myself out correctly to cover the gap over to the other side of the mountain here. Of course, this is Trash Heap Mountain, so that's not exactly easy. And getting my momentum wrong here and then bumping myself against the wall is not a good idea.
You'll be back here again and again. Avenge and repent until you've ascended. Or until you're contented.
I will not be contented until I have reached the top of your mountain, Bennett.
The soul would have no rainbow, had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
And the terrible thing is I have no one to be mad at but myself. As it should be obvious, I have been past this point. I know it is doable. I have done it. All right. What happened there? All right. Try and take this slow and safe. Never mind that we're running out of time. I may give this another 10 minutes to try and get back to that point. Alright, well, truth is, I guess I'll give the stairs one try.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
Yeah. No matter how long it takes, I'll get back to the stairs and give them one more try. And then the moment I lose progress, that's the end of this recording. Okay, don't know what I was jammed on there. Alright. Now, in we go. Stop popping when I want to be calm and sedate.
You're back here again, showing patience, and then attacking, scraping, then flapping and snagging.
Yes. I have an endless mountain of patience to go with your endless mountain of trash. All right. Well, we're at 31 minutes by the timer. So this gets one attempt, and as soon as I flag and fall back down past this point, recording's over. Thanks for coming by, folks. Oh, wow. How did I do that? That is a nice trick. Wish I knew what exactly I did so I could do it again in the future every time. Come on. Come on. What is going on?
I feel within me a peace above all earthly
Well,
dignity.
I said 30 minutes.
Still and quiet.
Here's your 30
conscience.
minutes, folks.
William Shakespeare.
That's your idea for getting over it. It's not a mountain climbing game. It's a mountain climbing game. It's a troll mountain climbing game. So, have a good Thanksgiving, I guess.